In my experience, I think there's a number of factors that I would see as a benefit for ex-service personnel, one of which is you'll always have somebody that's on time. They'll be where they say they're going to be, they'll do what they say they're going to do. They're very good at following processes, they're very adaptable to new situations, they're never afraid of hard work. They generally come with a good back record, a good background, a good work history. They've got a whole set of life experiences that are pretty unique that they can adapt to a civilian environment to give a completely different approach to day-to-day problems, day-to-day tasks and day-to-day situations, I would say. I left a number of years ago and the world of work was a totally different place. There wasn't the infrastructure in place to support service leavers as there is now. And I kind of muddled my way through things, and I didn't appreciate at the time my transferable skills. I studied in an area that was totally alien to the areas I ended up being in. And I muddled my way through it. And at some point in my life, and I can't remember when, I suddenly realised I had all of these transferable skills, I had all of this experience and these life experiences that I could apply. One of the benefits I see for my own personal situation, because it happened a lot in the military, is being thrown into totally alien situations and having to adapt and having to respond to the given situation. And I tended to make a success of it. It tended to work for me. And the only problem is now I love going into new situations, and I like moving on to the next situation sometimes before I finish the situation I'm in. But I found that adaptability, they're not afraid to get stuck in, not afraid to do the hard work. That's one of the things that I carry from the Air Force, certainly. I think the mentor platform is really interesting, and I've been part of that, and I've helped to guide a number of service leavers into career choices, and some of them into sort of real career moves from leaving the military. It's not a prescriptive approach. My experience has been that it's done on a case-by-case basis, because everybody leaving the services has different needs. So by talking to the individual concerned, finding out what their transferable skills are, what their strengths are, what they're not good at, where they want to live, but also opening their mind to what they can achieve, what they can do when they leave the military. And having been in recruitment for 20 years, knowing lots of different types of companies, what different types of companies do, and what the transferable skills are into civilian life, that's what we've been able to, that's the benefit we've been able to add to service leavers from a mentoring perspective. If you're looking at hiring a service leaver now, I would recommend you make sure that you've got clear expectations of what you want to achieve and clear expectations of what you want that person to do. Be open-minded to the transferable skills that that person has got, but be also open-minded that that person's got a whole world of life experiences that will be totally unique. They will be able to approach things from a totally different standpoint from somebody that is trained and has evolved in your particular industry. Bringing somebody from outside that industry with a service background will give you a whole new approach to problem solving and to tasks. And when the times get tough, when the stress starts to get felt within the business environment, that service leaver will invariably deal with it in a totally different way. The platform, when I got involved, was quite flat and quite disjointed. There wasn't really any user experience. And I'm not for a minute going to say that I contributed to the user experience, but I have written content from the point of view of a person being in work, advising somebody coming into civilian life how to approach the job finding market, how to approach interviews, how to prepare yourself for interviews, how to approach the decision-making processes around the kinds of industries that you want to work. I've helped to write blogs and helped to write content, and I've been involved in helping to build links and relationships from that site with other civilian organisations and other ex-military charities, ex-military social enterprises. And I also spent some time talking to people in a former company, talking to a number of companies, helping to create projects that would add benefit and add value to the ex-military lifestyle. It's been fascinating for me.